Tell me what's supposed to be happening again.
Okay, you're being attacked by the bog demon. Go ahead.
14.
Doesn't count. You gotta say the words.
This is stupid.
Oh, come on.
In the name of Lorik, Prince of Elves, demon be gone.
Good. Conquer the demon. But your horse is sinking in the bog. What do?
I go to bed and get a new horse in the morning.
If you've seen A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, which I know by now you have, chances are Taryn is one of those characters who also stuck with you. Even though she isn't the main focus of the movie, she has such a huge presence that she's become one of the most beloved characters in the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Thank you, Jennifer Rubin, for bringing Taryn to life. So let's talk about her. Welcome back to Side Character Deep Dive, episode 14, the series where we talk about minor characters who still play major parts in the bigger picture. With the recent remake, readaptation, whatever, of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I thought it would be a great time to revisit my favorite in the franchise and possibly one of the most tragic characters and most relatable to me in the entire series. So if you enjoy, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links down below if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. Let's dive in to Taryn White. When we first meet Taryn, she comes across as more of a tough punk with an attitude. She really doesn't trust anyone, keeps people at an arm's length, but it's pretty clear that all of it is a defense mechanism. Underneath the tough exterior is someone who has been through a lot and is trying to leave her past behind. One of the biggest parts of Taryn's story is that she is a recovering drug addict, and so am I. I have 10 years clean and sober as of last year. So when I see Taryn's story, it really makes me have such a soft spot for this kind of situation, because the movie never makes fun of her or turns her into a stereotype. It simply shows us that addiction is something she is struggling to overcome. And that's what makes Freddy's attack on her so unbelievably cruel. Instead of just trying to kill her, like the giant Freddy mouth consuming a body whole or welcome to primetime bitch, it's something more serious. It's Freddy taking a personal attack. Freddy Krueger has always been at his scariest when he attacks people psychologically instead of physically. And I think Taryn is his best example of that. Rather than simply killing her, it's just a mockery of her addiction. And he ultimately forces her to overdose, making her death incredibly tragic because he uses the very thing she's been fighting to escape against her. It's a reminder that Freddy doesn't just kill people, he preys on their fears, regrets, and personal struggles, and that's what makes the scene so much more memorable all these years later. And one of my favorite things about Taryn is obviously her dream persona. When everybody becomes the Dream Warriors versions of themselves and gets powers, Taryn becomes the version of herself that she just wishes she could be, saying her most iconic line in my dreams, "I'm beautiful and bad." It's a simple line, but it says so much about how she sees herself. Despite being confident on the outside, she's still carrying a lot of insecurity and self-doubt within. She is also one of the most loyal members of the Dream Warriors. Once the group comes together, you can tell that she ends up caring about everyone, and she's not afraid to fight for them. Her switchblades and fearless attitude make it seem like she's one of the strongest characters because she is ready to fully Rochambeau with her deepest, darkest fears. And that's kind of why her death hits so hard. She really wasn't just another victim. She ended up being a character that you really wanted to root for. When you see her have genuine interactions outside of the group therapy setting, it makes you relate to her character so much more, because at the end of the day, we're all just human and we are all just craving the connection and the community around us, whether we like it or not. It's really hard not to wish we'd gotten to spend more time with her. And even though her story ends tragically, for me, Taryn is one of the strongest side characters in horror, because she is so much more than that punk girl stereotype. She's a fighter, but she's flawed and also, like I said, extremely relatable, and that's why fans are still talking about her nearly 40 years later. For someone with maybe 15 to 20 minutes of screen time, she has an incredible amount of depth, and that's a big reason Dream Warriors is still considered one of the best Nightmare on Elm Street sequels. So let me know your favorite side character from A Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors possibly specifically, and why is it Kincaid? I also have him on my list to cover, but I figured we can maybe take a break and not do two of these back to back with the same series. Let me know if you enjoyed this episode. I really love Taryn as a character. I think her transformation was so cool, and I just love seeing someone that I can see myself in, no matter the outcome. One thing Wes Craven always did was make relatable characters and people that you can see yourself in and relate to, and I appreciate that. So that's all for today's episode of Side Character Deep Dive. Let me know who I should cover in an upcoming episode, and I will see you very soon. Sayonara, Spooky Fam.